everyone, today I will be talking a bit about Maya Angelou. Maya was such an inspirational author. She had written 14 books, half of which were biographies, 3 were collections of essays, and the rest were collections of her poetry. She was such an inspiration to me because she was born in 1928. She is African American, a civil rights activist, women rights activist, singer, and a poet. And she was a black woman activist in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. So she would have faced so much oppression back there, and that just makes her work so much more powerful and inspirational to me. Her quotes and her poems are like the raw truth, and they have such deep and powerful meanings. And I would really like to read out some of her poems and one of her quotes. We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty. I think this has a great meaning because society has changed. The world has changed a bit, and people just focus on what has come out of it then rather than the changes and the struggles that people have to go through in order to achieve that change. And people pick appearance over substance and what is inside, which is also really real. Her poem "Still I Rise" was and is still one of my favorite poems by her, and it was the first poem I ever read. When I was 9, I decided that I would read it out to my Cub Scout group, and I really want to read it out to you. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may tread me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Do you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes? Shoulders falling like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still I care I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does that come as a surprise? That I dance like I've got diamonds meaning at the meaning of my thighs. Out of the huts of history shame I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain I rise. My black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear I rise. Bringing the gifts of my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the sleep. I rise, I rise, I rise. I believe that it shows the courage, because no matter how much you bring someone down, they can still rise up stronger than ever. And due to all the oppression that she faced back then, I think that this is really powerful, because people would have done stuff would have told her no, people would have really tried to bring her down, and this displays that no matter what you do to someone, no matter what their culture, their background, their beliefs, they can still rise up stronger than ever. And another one of her poems that has a really deep meaning is the poem "Equality." And I'd also like to read that one out. You declare you see me dimly, through a glass which will not shine, though I stand before you boldly, trim and rake and marking time. You do own to hear me faintly, as a whisper out of range, while my drums beat the message, and the rhythms never change. Equality and I will be free. Equality and I will be free. You announce my ways are wanton, that I fly from man to man, but if I am just a shadow to you, could you ever understand? We have lived a painful history, we know the shameful past, but I keep marching forward and you keep coming last. Equality and I will be free. Equality and I'll be free. Take the blinders from your vision, take the padding from your ears, and confess you've heard me crying, and admit you see my tears. Hear the tempo so compelling, hear the blood throb in my veins. Yes, my drums are beating nightly, and the rhythms never change. Equality and I'll be free. Equality and I'll be free. It has such a deep meaning, I believe, because, yeah, people just because people decided not to hear her cries. People decided that they shouldn't, that it's not their problem, it's her problem, and that there's enough equality, there's enough less racism. They're just choosing not to listen, not to hear the cries and pretend it's not a real problem. And that is why she is so inspirational to me, because she gets these deep meanings, the raw truth, and puts it into these poems, these quotes, her stories. And she faced depression and tried to make the world a better place, tried to lessen the racism, tried to make more equality. And that is so inspirational. So if you have a chance to Google her, do it. Look up her poems, read them, and I'm sure you will agree that she is a truly, truly inspirational author.